Hey there, Bloks Halo fans. It's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at all of the Halo Series 9 Mystery Pack figures. All 8 that are available in this series officially. You'll see a separate video from me covering the unofficial ones that are the active camo variants. But let's go ahead and take a look at each of these individually. This yellow security Spartan is a common figure for this series, and you can see it's not the bright yellow, it's a slightly orangish yellow, just a little bit school bus yellow in color. The shoulders are actually painted on this one. That yellow color is actually painted, which is why it didn't come through quite as well as the rest of the figure. They kind of blend, you know, anytime that you put a light color over black, you need to have a lot of pigment in there for it to really show the color properly, but they kind of try to mask that by putting a wash over the whole thing, a dark wash over the whole thing, so you get a little bit of dirtying of the yellow that's just plastic because it has some black over it, as well as you get the unintentional dirtying of the yellow on the shoulders, which is yellow over black plastic. Believe it or not, this red CIO Spartan with the grav hammer is also a common figure from this series. Wow. Second CIO that we've gotten. We got the first one was a dark blue color, came with the Oni Reapex Siege bike, and this is a nice, again, not the brightest of red colors. This one's just a little bit on the dark side. Again, has a wash over it, gives it a nice little bit of wear kind of feeling, like it's been out in the field. The eyes, not quite right in my opinion. Still just the one thing that's a little bit off with this figure, same with the previous version of it, but great to get another Spartan that we've not gotten many of, and also to get another gravity hammer. Speaking of gravity hammers, would you believe that this guy is also common from this series? Yep, the Brute Stalker, and this one's in purple. It's I believe that's a vampire purple. The vampire set, you know, the vampire ship from Halo Wars had that color. Not many things that Bloks has done have been in that color. It's very iridescent. It's almost like almost an indigo with a little bit of metallic sheen to it also. Really cool color. Nice to get another Brute Stalker is an interesting one, and I think this one is well finished. And the previous guy, the CIO Spartan, he had the gravity hammer in black. This one has it in dark metallic gray. Here's a Halo 4 Recon Spartan with a black shotgun. He's got the kind of dark green color, again with a wash, kind of a matte colored black wash. Seems to be an increasingly common theme, which I appreciate because it's the one that makes these the most realistic, the most believable, also brings out good details, some details that you wouldn't really be able to appreciate without it. This is a nice one. Wow, really looks good in that shoulder, but nothing too special with this one, but it is another of the common figures in this series, as is this orange Flame Marine. We haven't had a Flame Marine in quite a while, and we get it here in a new exclusive color that we haven't had before for the Flame Marine. And yes, I will repeat, this is a common figure in this series. Even though it's got the huge weapon, extra parts and everything, this is a real surprise to me that they offer this just commonly. So this is going to be fairly easy to get. I do want to also point out that this hose piece right here, I've had some sets that in the past that use this same mold, the same piece, that have had really stiff rubber that made it very difficult to pose. This one is not. This is a softer rubber. Not the softest that I've felt from this part. There's one set that I got that had one of these that was softer, but this is one of the softer ones, which makes it easier to turn this thing around and to actually pose it where you want to. I'm actually going to take this off right now just so you can see the torso. If you're not familiar with the Flame Marine, looks a little bit like a Spartan. Has an old torso piece there, and the helmet also kind of makes him look like a Spartan. Let me take off the tank on the back, recognize what we're looking at, and there you go. This Grunt is the first of the rare figures from this series that I'll show. He's got that kind of root beer color to him. This is an Imperial grunt. So that's a good one, and I very much appreciate the extra detail added here with the gunmetal gray painted on. Also these little light pieces, the little glowing bits in the cyan color. Looks very nice. As grunts go, you know, this is proper. It's current, modern Halo 4 era. It's got a nice needler there. It's kind of the kind of a maroonish color. It's a reddish, purplish, brownish, metallic. Articulated the same as all the recent grunts have been. You can rotate the hands and move the arms straight up and down, rotate at the waist, and the legs have basically hip articulation front to back, ball joint in the head, so you can turn that around. That looks pretty realistic, pretty believable. I like that, where it's hinged. That's pretty good. I'm a little bit torn on the whole concept of a rare grunt. The weird thing is that, you know, this is going to be harder to get. Why would you want a grunt to be harder to get? But then I think about it and I realize, oh yeah, that means it'll be harder to get a grunt. So for people who don't like to get grunts, like myself, you don't have to worry about getting grunts all the time because they're rare. Now this is also rare from this series. The Alpha Crawler Pre-Didact Takeover. So he's in the blue colors. He's got the trans blue color for the spikes on the back and little blue details around the sides. A little bit dark, interestingly enough, the paint detailing that they used around the edges. It's a really dark blue. The spikes here and the head have a transparent blue. It's more of a medium blue, but this is a nice looking guy. Makes a lot of sense to make this one rare since it is the Alpha Crawler, and for fans of the Promethean side of things, this is a great one to get. So definitely one to look out for. I like this. I like this quite a lot. And that brings us to the ultra rare for Series 9. It is a Covenant Skirmisher, partial active camo. So the idea here is that this guy is either going into active camo or he is coming out of active camo. Look at the head, especially from that angle right there. Just see that beautiful gradient, the radiance. Wow, that is really interesting. And this is using a combination of actual trans black or trans brown kind of color and pure trans clear. With the light changed up a little bit, there you can see it a little bit differently, just a little bit differently of the way that light kind of interacts with it. You can see that he does have painted eyes in yellow. The face really changes depending upon the angle, whether you're looking at the tinted area behind there or not. He's got a needler, that same burgundy, reddish, purplish, funky color of needler there. A very interesting figure, and it does come with a fully clear base you can see down there. Unfortunately printed also, but yeah, definitely an interesting one that they've come up with here. Nice to be able to get something like this that's, active camo really, without having to search for or pay big bucks for the really, 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 really rare, true full active camo undocumented versions. And that's all of them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you'll check out some more videos that I've already done. Like I said, I've got the active camo Series 9 figures are covered in a separate video, and also you can see my entire Bloks Halo figure collection separately, as well as reviews of the sets, a couple of custom builds that I've done so far with more to come, and lots more that you can follow on my blog at jangbricks.com. And of course you can always browse through my playlists or search through my videos on my channel. There's more content to come very soon, so stay tuned and I'll catch you later.